Welcome to EIPIP Meeting 114. This is issue number 1331 on Ethereum PM issues. For people who aren't aware, we have moved EIPIP meeting agenda to Ethereum PM repository. It's not with ETHCAT herders anymore. So kindly add your issues or topics for discussion on agenda on Ethereum PM GitHub repository. I've shared the link in chat, and for today's meeting, we have a few open issues and pull requests for editors review. We'll take a look into some of the edits those are proposed to final proposals and call for input, along with some discussions from earlier meetings, including EIP reviewers and the stagnant bot. So starting with the first item on the agenda, we have an issue created modernized EIPS platform migration from Jackal. I think it is already been getting attention. I see some of the comments by Sam Wilson. Sam, if you would like to maybe quickly bring us up to the speed where we are, and what are the progress with respect to either the working group or if this is the way we would like to proceed with.
Sure. So this is a third party who's re-implemented the EIP's website on top of, I think it was Nuxt.js, which is like a static site generator platform. It's a fairly nice site, all things considered, but it is a fairly radical change from the EIP's website today. And we've also already been working on an upgrade from the EIP's platform. So yeah, that's what this is. The objections that I have to it is that it's TypeScript and a lot of TypeScript. So it adds a lot of complexity, and none of the EIP editors are extremely familiar with TypeScript. So it'd be a fairly large maintenance burden for us to take on. Yeah, and then like check it out. It is nice. I wouldn't mind getting other editors' opinions on whether we want to go with this or something else. A little bit later, I can show you what my modernization of the EIPS platform looks like, and we can talk about that too. But that's about it for this one.
Thank you, Sam, for providing the overview. Just for the participants, there is a conflict between two calls right now. It's EIPIP and EOF. Currently, we are in the EIPIP meeting. So any participants who are here for EOF meeting may kindly check the protocol calendar and they will get the Zoom link for that meeting. And coming back to this particular issue, it would be nice to either collect feedback on the issue itself, or if people have some thought that they would like to mention it right here, please feel free to share. Okay, in that case, we can perhaps collect the feedback from different editors on this particular idea, or if this is the path forward for us. Yeah, please go ahead and drop your input to issue number 9332. The next one is why not leverage GitHub discussion as well. I know there has been a lot of discussion around what is the best place where we would like to discuss, especially with respect to EIPs, and Fellowship of Ethereum Magician has been a winner. We would want to move all the discussion with respect to proposal over there. But I wonder if people still want to consider this, or if so, what would be the kind of discussion we would want to have here? Yeah, any thoughts on this particular issue? Number is 9204.
I feel like we have Ethereum magicians.
And we own the data for Ethereum magicians. With GitHub, we don't really own the data. And I think the less reliant we are on GitHub probably is for the better.
Agreed.
In that case, do we want to just leave a message for the author or whoever has started this issue and perhaps close this one? Not to generate a lot of momentum if that's not the direction we are considering.
Yeah, I'll leave a comment and close it.
Sounds good. The next one is a CI switch to upload artifact. It seems like a pull request. There was some issue that has been shared here. I'm not sure if anyone got a chance to take a look at it. It's related with updating Jackal YML.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at it right now.
Cool. If anyone has any comment on that, please feel free to add it. The idea of listing all of them over here is like to get them some attention here. And yeah, maybe editors can leave feedback.
Yeah, this one's good. It's just the title is incorrect.
All right. Do we want to resolve it here? I mean, like, do you have any questions for any other editors? Otherwise, we can perhaps move ahead and look into other issues.
Yep, we can move ahead. I already merged it.
Okay,
We're good to go.
perfect. Thank you. So the next one is number 9468. It seems like a spam. So perhaps take a look and maybe close or let us know.
Yep, I'll take a look at it.
And the last one in this list is number is 9115. It talks about vulnerable dependencies in the repository, but it seems like, I'm not sure, maybe a spam here. Kindly take a look in that as well. With that, we can move to edits to final proposals. The first one already seems to be closed, so that's good. The next one is docs clarify JSON RPC reference and grammar. So here we are getting some of the pull requests to update the proposal, which are already in the final status. I wonder if anyone has any objection in merging this proposal. It seems like it has touched 2 EIPs.
This is 9305?
Correct.
Yeah, this is fine. It's just spelling mistake changes. I'm good merging this.
Cool. The next one is an update to EIP 1186 and again fixing typo. The number is 8986.
Yep, that looks fine too.
Cool. Moving ahead, a couple of more. One is for fixing error for the PR number is 9314 and it is again touching 2 EIPs as well as one ci.yml file. So generally in these case, all the authors are pinged, but
Yeah.
I can understand if these are final and editors wants to make a decision right there.
Yeah, I'll take care of this one offline just because I have to edit it.
Sounds good. The last one on the list is an update to EIP 1. It seems like not just EIP 1, it seems like there are again multiple files which are being corrected here, but especially when we talk about EIP 1, Okay, no, it's not the same one. Okay, cool. It again has a bunch of typo fixes. If we want to go ahead and merge that. Could be taken care offline as well. Just wanted to list it here so editors may take a look whenever get
I will
chance.
take a look. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I think someone has already closed the next one. That was my worry. Like, it seems like it's not just typo fixing, it's more than typo fixing. So glad it is closed now. Moving ahead, the topic is a stagnant bot, but I know there is a lot on the stagnant bot, so we will get on this topic after we finish the call for input. So we have two open call for input as of now. The issue numbers are 381 and 376. It seems like we have passed the deadline for 376. Sam, if you would like to maybe talk about both of them, and perhaps we can make a decision or close the one which we have already passed the deadline.
Yeah, can do. So somebody wants to link to a standard from Blockchain Commons. This is for 376. They're another group that provides standardization. They haven't been around very long. Bumblefudge says that they have a pretty good standards process, but personally, for the time being, I don't think we should allow links to it. If anybody else has a different opinion, let me know now, or I'll close this.
It seems like we already have two editors in not in favor and one is going neutral. Any
Alright.
other editor wants to add, please feel free to add it. Otherwise, this has already passed the deadline. Neutral, cool. So it can be closed, I believe. The next one is issue 381 and the deadline is March 21. We have received only one response from Sam and that is not in the favor. Any other editor wants to add comment? Or Sam, perhaps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the idea behind this one is that there's a vulnerability in the reference implementation. It's a fairly specific vulnerability, if I remember correctly, and they want to change the reference implementation to deal with it. But it is a final proposal, and this is not a clarification or errata, I don't think. So personally, I don't think we should merge it, but that's just me.
Yeah, I agree with Sam that we should handle security vulnerabilities in a different manner. So as such, I'll go with Sam.
Cool, I will leave a note to that effect.
Any thoughts, Victor and Matt? Cool. In chat, I receive a response as no preference. Can be errata. Okay. We still have a few more days left to close this particular issue. So if there is any preference or response, kindly add it to the issue so we can take care of that. Otherwise, the due date is March 21 for this particular issue. With that, we can perhaps move on to the next item listed on agenda, which is other discussions and updates from the past meetings. So the first item here is EIP reviewers. We have conducted an EIP reviewer survey and I was trying to collate them in form of a report. I'm going to share the link to the report here. Perhaps I can also share my screen for a minute. So what I have done here basically is we have collected a response from different reviewers. What are their areas of expertise, how they would want to support our ecosystem with adding their reviews, their contributions. This report talks about what reviewers generally do and how we can measure their performance, like how we can make sure that these reviewers may be considered for becoming EIP editor one day. The idea of this progress is that we should have more editors getting to support the proposals which we are getting in different repositories. For that, I'm happy to share that we do have a tool kind of right now that we are in a position to measure. So the left side of leaderboard is for editors, and it is since 2015 how many contribution has been made, and this right side is about the reviewers. So we already have kind of 6 reviewers who are actively getting involved since January 2025, and we are trying to track of their contributions. This table is not up to date. I think it was created a couple of weeks ago, so this may not be providing the exact data, but it seems to have like good number of reviews are being done by new reviewers who are trying to contribute to EIP editing and reviewing processes. So thank you and congratulations to all of them. We are hoping to measure these reviewing activities by total number of reviews conducted in a month by each individual reviewers, and what are the comments which are being added, how productive they are, and things like that. As a next step, my recommendation here is just to get more people involved in that and try to focus on more technical reviews of proposals which are there, because we do have editors who are doing editorial reviews. So having editorial reviews are good, but if we can get more technical reviews on that side, it will be easier for us to decide which EIP should be moved forward with, either the network upgrade or even in the ERC section. Here we have also tried to document the area of expertise for each of these reviewers, like if they are into ERC side, if they are into EIP side, and what are their area of expertise. I wanted to share this list so people who are actually looking for some kind of help and support may be able to reach out to these reviewers and may be able to tag in their PR so they can get their reviews. Yeah, we should make this report public. I wonder if anyone has any question, comment on this particular topic. And I already see a couple of reviewers joining in this call here. I see Mercy, I see Skanda. Thank you everyone for helping us with this. Cool. With that, we can perhaps move on to the next section. That is EIPS Insight. I see Vivian already on the call. We can discuss the status of the stagnant bot that we discussed in the last meeting, as well as some new tool I see he has requested to be shared today. So yeah, Vivian, please take it over.
Thank you, Pooja. I'll share my screen and get started. So the first update from our side is in the proposal builder tool. It is now dynamic, and also like the URL gets changed based on the options that they have selected, and you can share it and able to edit it with others. So by using this, you can get EIP, CRCs, RIPs, present data, and modify it on the proposal builder tool. So this is one of the update on the proposal builder side. And the second one is all EIPs page. So in this page, we have converted it so that every EIP data is present here in this format, and where you can see the network upgrades information, and also in a tabular format, so that everything is at one place and is accessible easily. So this is another update. And regarding the EIP stagnant bot especially, so we have worked on the stagnant bot based on the presentation that we have made previously, adding a type check for the requires fields, and excluding the by adding the type check for the requires field. And we have also shared the source code for this. So like we have made it, but we have some trouble on the testing side of this one. Like I haven't worked on the testing side of the actions for GitHub previously, so like it is getting troublesome for me. So in case if there is anyone who has worked on this before or is want to contribute on this one, I would request to please reach out to us on this part. You
And
can
for
find these links. Yeah, sorry.
unfortunately, it was just PandaPip who had worked on this. So any
Yeah, I
expertise
saw
we
him
had
as well.
is gone.
Yeah. So in case if anyone is interested or want to contribute on this one, please reach out to us. You can find these links, the source code that we have changed, and also the presentation that we have made. I have also added these two in the agenda. And regarding the monthly insight, um, there are 4 EIPs and 9 ERCs in the draft stage, and 2 EIPs and 1 ERC that have moved to review stage, 1 EIP to last call, and 2 EIPs and 2 ERCs to stagnant stage. And there is one more thing. We have made a PR previously for the adding our proposal builder tool to the eipish.ethereum.org. While working with the stagnant bot, we had some issues, so we had to close the previous PR and unmerge the commit, and so we had to create a new PR. In the previous one, I remember Sam, you have approved it. I apologize for the inconvenience, but could you have a look at this one as well? And I request from other editors as well. Like it needs 2 editors to accept the changes. So I request for please go into that. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you, Vivin. I already see a comment by Skanda here. He is open to help out to the stagnant bot. Maybe you two can get in touch.
Yeah.
Skanda, just quickly want to check, are you on Eat Cat Herders Discord? If not, you can join there and it would be a good place to continue with the conversation. And I will also try to get in touch with Panda Peep in case we get him. He can also help with that. So
Yeah, we just need help on the testing side, like the code is done. So that is what I
cool,
wanted. Yeah.
cool. Thank you so much on that. And I think this proposal builder tool, the EIP builder tool that is there, that may help all the existing authors as well as new authors. If existing authors want to make any changes to existing proposal, maybe move it to different status, they can perhaps have their PR ready from right from here. So yeah, I think adding this tool to eips.ethereum.org may help a lot of authors to work on updating their proposals. So thank you for that. With that, we have covered most of the active topics for this agenda. But I remember Sam mentioned earlier in this meeting that he would like to maybe talk about the working group page that he has been working on. And it is a different idea than that was proposed by another user, but it would be a good idea to take a look at it. So Sam, if you would like to maybe quickly share your.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of the goal of this re-implementation is to it not be noticeable at all. So if you remember about a year ago, I had started working on this. I had presented a little bit. It's basically done now. There's a few small outstanding things, but verifying that the EIP review bot still works properly. But aside from that, it's done. So this page is rendered by Zola, which is a static site generator written in Rust. And there's a preprocessor that takes the EIP formatted markdown and converts it into Zola formatted markdown. And it generates a site that looks essentially exactly the same as the old EIP website, except it takes about 2 minutes to build instead of 10. It's also incredibly lightweight, so that's the main advantage over the Next.js proposal, is that this is super simple. Yeah, I can walk a little bit through how it works if we care. How much time do we have right now? Yeah, okay, I can spend a little bit of time about this. So the org that I'm developing this in, EIPSWG, is kind of a holdover from when we were talking about doing a whole bunch of working groups. You could ignore pretty much all of it except for a few repositories here. So we have the preprocessor, which is a Rust program that incorporates EIPW. It incorporates the link checker. It incorporates a spell checker. It does basically everything that our build did before, but it does it in a single Rust binary. This also has the huge advantage of being able to run locally. So you'll get all the feedback that you would get from GitHub Actions, but locally if you want. So after the preprocessor, it gets built by Zola, which is a third-party thing. We have our EIP's theme built here, which is just a normal Zola theme based on the Jekyll Minima theme. Yeah, nothing special here. It's just a theme. And then I guess the other important piece here is the Bootstrap repository. So this is a bash script that takes the EIP's repository as it is today and converts it into the format expected by the preprocessor. So this is a one-time script that we run. Yeah, this is a one-time script that we run that does the transformation between the proposals or the formats. If we actually take a look at a post-bootstrapping repository, this is what it looks like. You'll note that it has just a content directory. Inside the content directory, you'll have every proposal here gets its own directory or it's a markdown file. And then if we go into one of the proposals, you'll notice that the assets are alongside the proposal itself. So it makes it a little bit easier to find the files that are related to a proposal. And if you go into the markdown file, it's going to look exactly the same as a EIP proposal today. So EIP authors should notice very little change. The render documentation should have very little change. That's kind of been my goal here, is just to make this as transparent as possible. So yeah. Does anybody have any questions about this?
This is great, Sam. My question is, what is the next step here? Like, are we planning to replace the existing eips.ethereum.org, or are we planning to host it somewhere else?
So this works exactly the same way Jekyll does. So this will just be a push to the Git repository, and it'll switch over to building with this instead of with Jekyll. So there would be no change to where it's hosted.
Okay, so it will be just a new look for the present eips.ethereum.org.
Exactly. I mean, it shouldn't even be a new look. It should look exactly the same.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I understand we are still not considering RIPs for this particular section. Do we want to add that as well, or we want to like proceed with as is?
Yeah, so this is built so that we can add RIPs if we want. The Bootstrap won't work for them because they have a slightly different repository structure, so we'll have to do it by hand. But I'd be happy to include them in this as well.
I think it would be a good idea to include it because, as per my understanding, there are about 14 RIP already existing. So it would be a good idea to have visibility of these proposals as well.
Yeah, sure, we can add those in.
Cool.
Any
other
yeah,
question
cool.
or comment for Sam?
All right. I guess I'll go ahead and finish this up, and then I'll make the pull requests, and that hopefully will be sometime in April.
Thank you. I hope that before the next meeting it is there, or maybe we can, if it is not merged, then maybe we can discuss the PR in the next meeting and we can see it there. Talking about the next meeting, I have noticed that we are in conflict with EOF meeting. As of now, EIPIP meeting happens every third Wednesday at 1500 UTC, which sometimes falls in conflict with the EOF meeting that happens on alternate Wednesday at 1500 UTC. So generally speaking, are we comfortable with moving this meeting an hour earlier at around 1400 UTC so we don't have the conflict anymore? Actually, the question is, and will anyone be opposed to it? I know some people have already shared that they are fine. Cool. Okay, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Gajendra. And I also noticed comment from Victor. It's okay for me. So we would have the next meeting on April 16th at 1400 UTC. That pretty much cover our agenda for today. Does anyone have any final comments, thoughts, or any item for next discussion to be added here? Well, in that case, we can wrap up a little bit early. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. And I hope to see these interesting changes coming up with our website and the stagnant bot and things like that. It can be discussed on ETH Herders, EIP Editors Discord channel. So please feel free to stop by there and add your inputs. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.